More than a century has passed since Aston Martin was founded. It was initially created in 1913, and over its history, it has encountered many challenges, including 7 instances in which it has been forced to declare bankruptcy. The manufacturer is responsible for creating some of the most stunning examples of contemporary sports vehicles, such as the Aston Martin DB11 and the DBS Superleggera, which are both examples of their work. They are also well positioned to make a name for themselves in the extremely competitive supercar market with vehicles like the Valkyrie and the Valhalla. In its more than 100 years of existence, Aston Martin has manufactured a great number of notable automobiles, some of which are so uncommon that there is virtually no possibility of ever coming across one in public. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we're going to talk about the 10 rarest Aston Martins to ever exist. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Aston Martin Vantage GT8, 150 units. Aston Martin certainly understands how to advertise its limited edition goods, as seen by the fact that this particular one was completely sold out before the automotive community became fully aware of its arrival. In contrast to the Vantage GT12, this vehicle is driven by a 4.7-liter V8 engine that is capable of generating 440 horsepower and 361 pound-feet of torque. The absence of supplementary catalytic converters in the Vantage GT8 contributes to the vehicle's reputation as having one of the most impressive soundscapes of any stock V8 vehicle ever produced. Shui150, a well-known YouTuber, is the proud owner of one of these, and he has repeatedly declared that he has no intention of ever selling the vehicle. You really can't blame him for his decision. Number 9. 1933 Aston Martin Le Mans Short Chassis, 130 units. This two-seater sports car was manufactured during a time when the automaker had a significant presence in the world of motorsports. As a result, the car's design incorporated elements that are common in racing vehicles. Just 70 braking horsepower was produced by the engine with 4 cylinders. It's comical by today's standards, but back then it was sufficient to propel the car to a high speed of almost 80 miles per hour and to 50 miles per hour in around 16 seconds. Also back in the day, the vehicle took part in a number of events, one of which was the very first Mille Miglia. Number 8. Aston Martin Vantage GT12, 100 units. Vantage GT3 was the name that Aston Martin gave to this vehicle, and it was first shown to the public at the Geneva Motor Show in 2015. However, this resulted in Porsche filing a complaint, which resulted in the vehicle being called the Vantage GT12 instead. It featured a 5.9-liter V12 engine that was capable of producing 592 horsepower and was marketed as the most performance-oriented road-going version of the Vantage ever produced. It was originally listed with a price of roughly $340,000, but its worth has significantly increased since it was put up for sale. Number 7. Aston Martin DB4 GT, 95 units. It was a performance-oriented variant of the DB4 that aimed to reduce its overall weight while maintaining its level of power. It was initially shown to the public in September of 1959, and it made its debut with an aluminum skin that was thinner than the one on the standard DB4. The length of the wheelbase was also reduced, and as a consequence, many of the automobiles did not come equipped with rear seats. It was estimated that the engine could produce 302 horsepower, which is around 60 horsepower more than the conventional DB4. The DB4 GT was able to reach its highest speed of 151 miles per hour and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds because of the additional power. Number 6. Aston Martin DBS Superleggera Edition, 50 units. The strange title OMS is actually an acronym that stands for On Her Majesty's Secret Service. The limited edition DBS Superleggera is a tribute to the 1969 James Bond film On Her Majesty's Secret Service, in which the actor's preferred vehicle was also a DBS. The automobile is distinguished from the standard DBS Superleggera by a number of modifications, such as a paint job in olive green, a design for classic wheels, and 6 horizontal veins in the grille, exactly like the vehicle that appeared in the 1969 film. These are not inexpensive, with the cost of each one coming in at a cool $397,000. Number 5. Aston Martin Vulcan, 24 units. This powerful piece of equipment was given its name after the Roman god of fire, and there's a good reason for it. It is driven by a ferocious 7-liter V12 engine that is capable of producing an astounding 820 horsepower and 575 pound-feet of torque. This amount of power is sufficient to pull you into the seats of the lightweight car as it accelerates to 60 miles per hour in fewer than 3 seconds and continues on to a top speed that is just north of 200 miles per hour. The production was limited to only 24 pieces. What's more, with one notable exception, these automobiles are not legal for use on public roads and are instead restricted to racing only. Number 4. Aston Martin Vanquish as Red Arrows Edition 10 units. Another one of the bespoke Q Division's creations, this one comes from Aston Martin. It was designed as a way to pay homage to the aerobatic squad that was part of the British Royal Air Force, as the name suggests. It should come as no surprise that the vehicles have been painted in a brilliant shade of red that Aston Martin refers to as Eclat Red. There is a numbered plaque on the V12 engine that identifies this specific car's place in the model run. Also, the interior of the vehicle is decked out with some aviation-inspired features, such as the rotary toggle switch that is located on the steering wheel. Number 3. Aston Martin DB10, 10 units. It has been said that Aston Martin created 10 copies of this customized Grand Tourer, and all of them were for the James Bond movie Spectre. This highlights the close connection that exists between the automobile manufacturer and the film series. At the time, it was speculated that the DB10 was derived from the Vantage, but the vast majority of its exterior appearance was original. A frenzied round of bidding that lasted for 5 minutes in 2016 resulted in the sale of one of the movie automobiles at an auction in London for the princely sum of $3.5 million. Number 2. Aston Martin 177 Q Series, 7 units. The exquisitely designed 177 is a hypercar that is only available in a limited edition, with just 77 copies being made. Despite this, there is a model within this exclusivity known as the 177 Q Series, which is even more uncommon. There are only 7 of these cars in existence, and each one is essentially a 177 that has had some special touches added to it by the bespoke Q section of Aston Martin. The regular model of the Q Series 177 is equipped with the same V12 powertrain as the Q Series 177. The vehicles, on the other hand, can be distinguished from one another by means of characteristics such as strong carbon fiber trimming, a header-mounted trackway HD camera, a luggage rack, and a forged diamond turn wheel. Number 1. Aston Martin Bulldog 1 unit. This two-door coupe was crafted with a single objective in mind, the capability of reaching speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. In the end, it fell short of the goal by only 9 miles per hour, and although an initial manufacturing run of approximately 25 automobiles had been planned, the venture was canceled due to budget concerns after only one car had been produced. The vehicle was driven by a 5.3-liter V8 engine that was supported by 2 superchargers, resulting in a total power output that was somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. In February of the year 2020, a rumor spread that the vehicle's current owner was planning to refurbish the vehicle before attempting to drive it at a speed of 200 miles per hour once more. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.